That's the bit that excites me, is the idea of being able to bring some change. Not overly radical change, but changes that I think need to happen.
They flashed fake smiles at fancy banquets and posed for the cameras together. But behind those palace doors, pure drama. Prince William just did something his father never dared to try. He struck hard against Camilla's crew, quietly, carefully, no apologies given. A long-running money deal got killed off almost overnight. Now, with Camilla secretly moving property around and Andrew Parker Bowles popping back in the news, palace insiders say this is the point of no return. Things are getting real serious. This is the story the palace is desperate to hide. Stick around. This is only the beginning. The Duchy of Cornwall bomb is about to explode. William pulls the plug on Annabel Elliot. Let's break down what sparked this mess. For nearly 20 years, Annabel Elliot, Queen Camilla's own sister, held a major gig inside the British royal family. She ran interior design for the Duchy of Cornwall, a massive private estate owned by whoever holds the title Prince of Wales. Back when Charles held that role, Annabel was his go-to decorator. She managed the look of some jaw-dropping properties worth hundreds of millions of pounds. It was a sweet, high-ranking spot, but plenty of people whispered it was a straight-up case of royal nepotism. The British press mostly ignored that fact for years. After all, she was Queen Camilla's sister running design for the duchy. Most reporters chose to look the other way. Camilla had serious pull. Charles stayed loyal to her. Nobody wanted to pick that fight. But Prince William? He's nothing like his dad. The moment William took over the Duchy of Cornwall, he wasted no time kicking Elliot out of her role. No drama, no big announcement, just a quiet, firm power move that sent a clear message. The arrangement your sister had with my father, it ends with him. That was huge. Annabel Elliot built her whole career and name off royal backing. With one decision, William cut that tie. He sent a warning to Camilla's inner circle. Don't assume anything will keep rolling. The palace stayed silent. Camilla said nothing publicly, but insiders say that decision hit hard. It told Camilla that when William becomes king, and with Charles's health issues, that day might come sooner than anyone thinks. The rules will flip. Her family's access, their cash flow tied to the crown, their close connections to power, all of that is now shaky. And this is just the start of William's plan. Now the real route, why William never fully trusted Camilla. To get why this is blowing up now, you have to see why it was always going to happen. Prince William has always stayed guarded around his stepmother. He got hurt by her affair with his dad, which tore his parents' marriage apart. William was just a teen when his parents split, only 15 when his mom, Diana, died in that Paris tunnel. Through all that pain, Camilla stayed in his life as a symbol of everything that went wrong. Insiders say William and his brother Harry never truly bonded with Camilla out of loyalty to their mom. They felt distrust and bitterness because they stayed devoted to Diana. They never felt okay opening up to her. Royal author Angela Levin pointed out that William does not see Camilla as a step-grandmother to his kids. He sees her simply as his father's wife, nothing more. That means, in William's eyes, George, Charlotte, and Louis have no emotional connection to her at all. To them, she's just a circumstance in their lives, nothing more. According to royal author Tom Quinn, the princes even threw nasty nicknames at Camilla during their teen years: Lady Macbeth, Cruella de Vil, and the Wicked Witch of the West. Those names prove they never easily accepted her as a stepmother. It was all grief and raw anger boiling over. Over time, William found a way to work with Camilla, especially after they both supported their spouses through cancer treatment. Royal expert Hilary Fordwich said William has come to respect Camilla's sense of duty, and they've grown closer because of shared struggles. But here's the catch. Bonded does not mean trusted. Recent events made that crystal clear. Even though William wasn't fond of Camilla back in the day, they did bond over their shared headaches about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But now that bond is cracking again. The common enemy that united them just isn't enough anymore. Once Camilla's moves started hurting not just Charles, but also Kate, William drew a hard line. Now let's talk Kate versus Camilla, the tension that finally broke William's patience. If kicking Annabelle Elliott out was just business, what came next was straight up personal. And when things get personal for William, they get deadly serious. In late 2025, reports surfaced about major tension between Queen Camilla and Princess Kate. In public, they looked close, but behind the scenes, sources said otherwise. One source told the Examiner that the friction made everything awkward for the whole crew. Camilla has been very kind and supportive toward Kate during her recent struggles, but she is naturally territorial and irritable. It frustrates her that there's a belief that the Waleses can do no wrong and that Kate can do as she pleases. According to reports, the conflict exploded during a royal event when Camilla showed visible frustration. A source explained, her behavior in public, pushing Kate away and snapping, was out of line and upset William. His relationship with his stepmother has improved over the years, but her disrespect for his wife is testing that bond again. Look, William can deal with his messy history with Camilla, but disrespecting Kate? That's a hard no. His protective side is fierce and non-negotiable. The tension became obvious during a recent state visit. Every little gesture and every outfit color choice felt like a silent showdown. Kate soaked up all the attention, and Camilla was not happy about it. Royal observers spotted the differences in how William and Kate treated Camilla. Catherine curtsied to her, but William? He just gave her 2 light pecks on the cheek and skipped all the formalities. In royal world, that was a huge statement made right out in the open. The palace noticed, the press noticed, and nobody could look away. Camilla, who is sharp at reading any room, definitely picked up on it too. Now here comes the twist. Andrew Parker Bowles returns to the spotlight. Right in the middle of all this tension between Camilla and Prince William, her ex-husband pops back up. At 86 years old, Brigadier Andrew Parker Bowles is a retired British Army officer who still has deep ties to the royal family, especially to Princess Anne. Their friendship has lasted for decades. Back in 1981, Anne made Parker Bowles the godfather of her daughter, Zara Tyndall. That bond is still strong today. In early 2026, he made headlines by attending a memorial service for Field Marshal Lord Guthrie, representing Princess Anne herself. Keep in mind, Parker Bowles divorced Camilla back in 1995, a year before she bought Ray Millhouse with her divorce money. But guess what? He is still part of the royal circle. His connections to Anne, his links to the household cavalry, and his presence at royal events all serve as a reminder. Camilla's story started long before she ever became queen. And his timing could not be worse for her. With media attention locked on Camilla and Prince Harry's memoir, Spilling Past Grievances, every public appearance by Parker Bowles raises awkward questions and comparisons Camilla would rather keep buried. The link between Parker Bowles and Princess Anne is huge. Anne is one of the most respected royals out there, known for working hard and being reliable. William values her big time. That creates a messy situation for the family because Anne's closest ally is Camilla's first husband. This just proves that in royal life, the past never really goes away. Now let's talk about Camilla's secret property move. Is she protecting assets or planning her escape? Tensions are rising fast inside the palace, and Camilla looks like she's making her own power plays. In late February 2026, a shocking report dropped. The British Queen Consort signed a major power of attorney for her kids, son Tom Parker Bowles and daughter Laura Lopes, giving them ownership of her prized estate, Ray Mill House. Camilla bought that estate back in 1996 for £850,000, right after splitting from Andrew Parker Bowles. Now the property has been transferred to Camilla's son-in-law, Harry Lopes, and financier Jake Irwin, representing Laura and Tom. On the surface, that might seem like normal estate planning. Camilla is 78, Charles is 77 and fighting cancer. Passing property to your kids is common, but the timing? Very interesting. This move lines up with a long-term financial deal between the royal couple. When Charles and Camilla got married, they reportedly agreed that Camilla would keep Raymill House as her own personal space away from royal duties. Here's the critical part. Palace officials have stated that Camilla would not get Royal Lodge if Andrew moves out. Reports suggest she might choose Raymill House as her home if King Charles passes away. This house is way more than just a building. It is Camilla's backup plan if Charles dies and William becomes king. It gives her a place to go, far away from whatever smaller role William might hand her. Camilla loves the garden at Raymill House, calling gardening the best therapy in the world. She enjoys spending time there growing vegetables. This is her sanctuary. By putting the estate in her children's names, she has locked it down safe from any future royal shakeups that could touch her personal assets. Smart move, but William is definitely watching. This move is quiet, totally legal, and seriously strategic. It shows just how well Camilla reads the room. She is getting ready for whatever comes next. So what does William really want for his future as king? And where does Camilla fit into that picture? William's true thoughts show up more in his actions than his words. He has already made big moves, cutting ties with Annabel Elliot and quietly snubbing royal protocols. Word is, he feels angry that Charles is being pushed to work harder than he should given his health. An insider shared, William wants his father to slow down and take a step back. He is furious that Camilla seems more focused on promoting herself and protecting her position than on protecting Charles. Sources suggest William doesn't think having a common enemy is enough anymore to overlook Camilla's moves. The palace is genuinely worried about the clashes between William and Camilla over how King Charles should handle his duties. William believes Charles' health is in real danger. He strongly disapproves of Camilla pushing the idea that the king must keep grinding non-stop. To William, Camilla is pushing that dangerous idea instead of protecting the king, and that makes him boiling mad. Royal expert Christopher Anderson suggests William basically tolerates his stepmother and believes she is a little afraid of him. He thinks Camilla's role in the monarchy may get reassessed when William becomes king, but she will probably still show up for some royal events, and that point is critical. Some engagements mean she won't have a central role. She won't be a queen dowager with full power and privileges. Her involvement will happen only if the new king allows it. Here's another big detail. Queen Camilla does not get a separate annual payment. She is funded through the sovereign grant. That means her financial support as a working royal comes from the very institution that answers to the monarch. And when William is king, he controls that funding. William wants a much leaner monarchy. He wants fewer senior royals on the public payroll and tighter rules about who gets to benefit from royal connections. His goal is to send a loud and clear message. Being related to royals does not guarantee a job, especially for non-blood family members. Camilla's own children, Tom Parker Bowles and Laura Lopes, have never worked for the royal family, and under William's watch, that likely won't change. But let's be real. Being close to the crown has always given them social perks. Under William, even those advantages could shrink fast, the point of no return. So what happens next? The situation is already tense. The decisions have been made. The property has changed hands. The split with the sister is done. The protocol snubs have been noticed by everyone watching. Reports now say William and Camilla's relationship is in serious trouble. Many royal observers claim it has hit a point of no return. Here is the shocking part. William sees Camilla as similar to his estranged brother, Prince Harry, someone who became an obstacle instead of an ally. That is a massive shift. It means Camilla is no longer just someone to handle with diplomacy. Instead, she needs to be managed carefully, pushed to the side, and eventually phased out. Camilla's situation is full of irony. For years, she faced public outrage over the affair that broke Diana's marriage. She dealt with protests and cold shoulders from William and Harry. Slowly, she rebuilt her image. She became queen consort, She got crowned. She earned public acceptance that once seemed totally impossible. Now, at 78 years old, with Charles fighting cancer and the future of the monarchy creeping closer, the same boy who once called her Cruella de Vil is about to be king. And guess what? He remembers everything. There are reports that Prince William was having second thoughts, according to a new book by a royal expert. What those second thoughts actually are? Still unclear. But it looks like William is rethinking how much freedom Camilla has and how she was handed the role of queen. That rethink could soon turn into new rules. The palace will keep putting on a happy face. They will hold state banquets and arrange public smiles to show warmth. That's their usual playbook. But behind closed doors, things are totally different. The decisions happening now about properties and protocol are just the beginning of a new era. And this era will follow William's rules, not Charles's old choices. Camilla has been proactive. She moved her property and read the room well. The big question is whether any of that will be enough. If you are still watching, you already know this story is far from finished. The monarchy is going through a massive generational shift, and the people nearest the throne are already scrambling to secure their spots. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think William will make even bigger changes once he becomes king? If this video gave you something to think about, hit like, subscribe, and smash that bell. We cover what the palace wishes would stay hidden. See you next time.